In this freezing wasteland where food is scarce, taking a bite of warm, juicy venison means two major wolf packs are betting everything. It's an official life or death challenge. As two notoriously powerful rival factions, their fighting strength is pretty much neck and neck. The edge of their territory is a deadly red line, and a massive war is absolutely unavoidable. 2 years ago, Alpha Caesar led 22 gray wolves in a ruthless massacre of Sam's family. They did not just kill the pregnant female Alpha, but even Alpha Sam himself narrowly escaped death. Swearing revenge, Alpha Sam had no choice but to head north. To regroup, led by Alpha Silas, the Cynthia pack has dominated the north for years. At their peak, they had dozens of members. Even though they never had a direct clash with the two main packs, their mutual grudges go way back. Sam knows that to quickly build his own army, he has to rely on the Cynthia pack's power. He follows their every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But as a seasoned alpha himself, Silas was not going to let Sam's tricky plan succeed so easily. Gray wolves are highly social animals, and their packs run on very strict discipline. Only Silas's mate has the right to breed. This leaves the other females constantly complaining, and the first one to lose her patience was actually the alpha's daughter. Even though the Silas pack is huge, it is mostly made up of female gray wolves. Sam's dark black fur gives off a vibe of pure physical strength. A princess in heat naturally could not resist him, and mating with Silas's daughter is his one and only shortcut to taking the throne. But this bold move triggered some serious anger from Alpha Silas, who fiercely charged right at the intruder. Sam knew he was in deep trouble. Now he only had two choices. He could either run for his life or fight to the bitter death. Just as Silas was about to lunge, Sam chose a third option. He rushed forward like a brave warrior and then instantly surrendered. He does not want to serve under Alpha Silas, but he still desperately wants his throne. It looks like a straight coup is clearly not going to work. The daughter seemed to realize her mistake, bowing down to beg the Alpha for forgiveness. Silas himself knows very well that a hormonal teenage rebellion is a war parents are simply destined to lose. A few days passed, and Sam kept secretly trailing the Cynthia pack. The moment Silas went out to hunt, Sam showed up again. All the females in the Cynthia pack got incredibly excited. After living so long under Silas's strict rule, his daughters were totally desperate to start their own families. But a bold idea was absolutely forbidden by Silas. Sam could not fight the alpha head-on, so he had to turn around and run away to avoid his wrath. As a father, he cannot give his daughters true affection. It is not that he will not try occasionally, but gray wolves have a deep genetic mechanism specifically built to prevent inbreeding. Familiar bloodlines and family sense will instantly kill any desire to mate. To get his ultimate revenge, Sam absolutely had to build his own army. Lately, he has just been biding his time, waiting for the perfect chance. The second Silas went out hunting, Sam visited the pack again, and this time he finally got what he wanted. He secretly mated with multiple female gray wolves, but he still completely refused to show any weakness by officially joining the pack. Silas, as a 9-year-old veteran wolf, has finally reached his twilight years. He could only watch all of this happen, entirely powerless to stop it. 3 months later, the Cynthia pack welcomed 2 fresh new faces. Without a doubt, Sam officially became a father, but even now, he still could not officially join the Cynthia pack. However, every so often, Sam would quietly sneak into the den to visit his pups. He was waiting for the ultimate opportunity. Half a year later, in the dead of winter, Silas's mate knew her time was up. She chose to leave the pack and quietly pass away in the freezing snow. The alpha had lost his mate, and with her gone, he could no longer hold his position as the leader. Most of the pack is made up of his daughters and relatives. No matter what, he cannot breed with his own blood, but growing the pack requires a constant injection of new life. Driven by pure survival instincts, he would eat any food he could possibly find, even a rotten bison carcass. Suddenly, a starving brown bear ambushed him from behind. In a total panic, Silas dove straight into the freezing, bone-chilling river. Under these brutal conditions, there is a huge chance he will be dead within 2 weeks. With him gone, the Cynthia pack was suddenly left totally without a leader. Now they desperately needed a new leader, and the black wolf Sam was the absolute best candidate for the next alpha. In terms of both bloodline and age, he holds a massive advantage. His arrival didn't trigger any resistance from the other males in the pack. After 2 long years, relying entirely on his incredible willpower. He once again holds the power of life and death. The raging blizzard ruthlessly hammered the northern plains. Thick snow completely buried the ground vegetation, forcing large herbivores to migrate straight into the valleys. The Lamar Valley is completely surrounded by mountains, perfectly blocking the harsh blizzard, but the only catch is that this is actually the territory of the Murdoch pack, led by Alpha Caesar. 22 wolves fiercely control everything in Lamar. In order to get enough food, Sam has no choice but to lead the Cynthia pack further south. Migrate constantly in the dead of winter just to find food, relying entirely on digging through the snow to find dry grass to survive. Their random wandering is exactly what triggers the Great Wolf Pack War. Sam and his pack have already pushed their way into the Lamar Valley. This is exactly where the territories of the two massive packs completely overlap. The two alphas frequently get into super aggressive fights over their border disputes. It is totally endless. In this freezing wasteland, hot, fresh, and juicy venison is an absolute prize. A gray wolf can easily devour almost 20 pounds of venison in just one sitting. This hunt laid a super solid foundation for Sam's path to becoming the true alpha. Naturally, his reputation and respect within the pack will skyrocket. Unexpectedly, a scout wolf from the rival Murdoch pack has already spotted their movements. He needs to hurry back and report directly to Alpha Caesar. Caesar already knows about the invasion of outside forces and leads his entire pack to attack. The rich, bloody smell of the elk carcass spreads through the air. The fresh, hot aroma easily attracts the attention of a hungry coyote couple. By this time, Sam is totally full and satisfied. He has already led his pack away. The simple leftovers they left behind are still an absolute feast for any local scavengers. But just as the coyotes are happily devouring the meat, Alpha Caesar and his crew have finally tracked down the carcass. Unable to catch Sam, they can only take out their furious anger on the poor coyotes. Invading their territory is completely trampling on the Murdoch pack's ultimate red line. Any living creature that dares to challenge them will face a totally devastating blow. Under this kind of massive, brutal siege, the poor coyote has almost zero chance of surviving. The desperate male coyote has no other choice. Running away is the absolutely only thing he can do right now. He cannot save his mate. Besides, she is currently pregnant with pups. Sam and his pack have been hanging around the Lamar Valley for a while now. They've got more than enough food, but Sam is here for another reason. He wants revenge for his fallen pack members. Right as Sonny leads his pack on a hunt, Caesar and his wolves launch a surprise attack. Two peak condition. Packs clash and neither is backing down. Caesar's pack keeps howling to claim their territory, but Sonny's pack isn't scared at all. Food and land are the absolute bottom line for these wolves. An unprecedented battle is completely unavoidable now. The tension is through the roof. The Great War is about to begin. Sonny leads his 22 wolves charging down to meet them, and Caesar rushes forward to fight back. A massive brawl breaks out instantly. Both sides rely heavily on their tactics and positioning. Sonny's long-held anger finally explodes, and he unleashes a brutal attack on Morlock's Black Wolf. After over 10 minutes of intense fighting, the Morlock pack is practically crushed. Caesar and his wolves start running for their lives. Once the Alpha runs, the war is officially over. The once mighty Morlock pack is scattering everywhere. Caesar's carefully built empire has totally fallen apart. Sonny's wolves are still hunting down the stragglers. Caesar's eldest daughter gets lost in the chaos, and the Cecilia pack is hot on her trail. They need to wipe out their enemies completely. Any mercy shown to them is just cruelty to their own pack. But for some reason, the Cecilia pack suddenly stops their attack. That almost never happens in a fight like this. Having destroyed the Morlock pack, Sonny is without a doubt the strongest warrior. His leadership is now rock solid. The reason he didn't wipe out the Morlocks completely was actually a strategic choice. The Creek pack to the east is huge, and they've been eyeing the rich Lamar Valley for a long time. Keeping 3 packs balanced stops any single one from taking over entirely. But what he didn't realize is that letting his enemy go now will mean endless trouble later. Now, Sonny's Cecilia pack officially rules the Lamar Valley. They don't just keep order among the wolves, they're responsible for the whole ecosystem here. Too many herbivores can destroy the plant life. Hunting them keeps the valley healthy and balanced. This lone female who lost her mate hasn't gone far. She's too small to hunt large prey by herself, but if she follows the bigger wolves, she can scavenge their leftovers. Remembering her last painful encounter, she doesn't stick around. She just grabs some food and runs. You could say that when it rains, it pours. Her tough times are only just beginning. Alpha Caesar has now lost absolutely everything. His pack is completely shattered. His only 3 remaining wolves are his own kids. He can't mate with his daughters, and without new members joining the family, they can't even hunt down large prey. Desperate to rebuild his pack, Caesar even thinks about breeding with his offspring, but his daughters fiercely reject the idea. Inbreeding causes terrible birth defects and lowers survival rates. If they did that, the whole pack would eventually die out. After a short goodbye, Alpha Caesar forces his children to leave. His eldest daughter Sarah sets out first. Her deep obsession for revenge is already in her blood. The heavy snow keeps falling, but she pushes through. She carries the heavy burden of her pack's mission. Leaving her family is her smartest choice right now. If Sarah wants to build her own pack, she first needs to find a male wolf to mate with. Surviving by scavenging, Sarah finally makes it through the harsh winter. By summer, the prey recovers their strength. Luckily, this is also the elk breeding season. A tender newborn elk is a great target. The mother elk can't fight off wolves, but she will eat her own after birth to completely hide her baby's scent. If danger is near, she hides her calf deep in the bushes. Sarah knows a fresh calf is somewhere close, but it's incredibly hard to track down. Being a lone wolf is just too difficult. 3 months pass by and a starving Sarah is still hanging on. Even though there's food everywhere, she can only stare in hunger. If she wants to survive, she has to get tricky. Getting close to an elk is super dangerous, since one kick can easily crush a wolf's skull. But her plan has actually worked out perfectly. While bison are also herbivores, they don't exactly stick together to help out. The panicking elk spooks the bison herd. To protect themselves, the bison will even trample the elk to death. This selfish attitude plays right into Sarah's clever trap. This elk is incredibly valuable to Sarah. She has to get her strength back up before she can keep looking for a mate. Winter is approaching again, and Sarah still hasn't found her perfect match. Suddenly, 2 young male wolves in the distance catch her eye. Their friendly behavior shows that they both really like each other. Even though the black wolf is only 2 years old, he's completely ready to become a father. Sarah and the younger black wolf finally become a pair. After mating, it'll be about 3 months until Sarah gives birth. But inside the Cecilia pack's territory, Alpha Sunny isn't going to give them any room to breathe. Will Sarah be able to protect her pups and build her very own dynasty?